We spend so much time talking about writing the perfect prompt for an AI, but have you ever wondered what really separates a simple chatbot from a powerful production-ready AI system? Well, the real magic isn't just the prompt. It's happening behind the scenes in the architecture. So let's dive in and actually unpack the 3 layers that make this all work. Here's what we're going to cover. First, we're going to bust a big myth I call the AI system illusion. Then we'll build a real system from the ground up. We'll start with layer 1, grounding with RAG, to give our AI facts. Then we'll add layer 2, operating with MCP, to give it tools. And we'll top it off with layer 3, executing with agents, to let it actually take action. Then we'll see how they all lock together and why architecture, not just prompts, is really the future. All right, let's get right into it. The very first thing we have to tackle is this idea of the AI system illusion. There's a huge gap between what a lot of people think they're building and what a robust AI system actually is. This quote just hits the nail on the head. So many people think that calling an LLM's API endpoint means they've built a system, but really, that's just an interface. It's kind of like having a super powerful car engine sitting on the floor, but with no chassis, no wheels, and no steering wheel. It has potential, but it can't actually go anywhere or do anything reliably. And when you put them side by side, the difference is just stark. An interface, that's a simple wrapper making a single model call. It just responds to prompts. A real system, though, has multiple layers that all depend on each other. It's built on serious infrastructure. And here's the kicker. It doesn't just respond, it reasons, it retrieves information, and most importantly, it acts. That is the leap we're about to explore. Okay, so let's start building our system right from the foundation. This is layer 1, and it's all about connecting our AI to reality. We do this through a process called grounding with RAG. RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation, it sounds complicated, but it's a really brilliant and simple idea. You know how LLMs can sometimes just make stuff up or use old information? Well, RAG fixes that. It basically grabs relevant, up-to-date info from an external source, say your company's internal wiki, and stuffs it into the prompt right before the model answers. It grounds the model in actual facts. And this isn't just theory, it's everywhere in the real world. Think about an internal co-pilot that can give you accurate answers about company policies because it's reading the latest HR docs, or a tool for lawyers that can search thousands of pages of compliance codes in a split second. RAG is what makes an AI's answer not just sound good, but be provably correct based on data you trust. So here's the crucial takeaway for this layer. RAG makes the AI's answers way, way better and more accurate. But that's all it does. It helps create a fantastic question and answer machine, but it can't do anything with that knowledge. It can't schedule a meeting for you or update a customer's file. For that, we're going to need another layer. And that brings us right to layer 2. This is all about giving our now knowledgeable AI the ability to interact with the world. I mean, once it knows the right answer, how can we let it safely use other software and tools? This is where we talk about operating with MCP. So if ARG is the AI's library of facts, then you can think of MCP, or Model Context Protocol, as its universal toolbox. Instead of building a messy, custom connection for every single tool, a protocol like this creates a standard, secure way for the AI to talk to anything: APIs, databases, platforms like Salesforce or Stripe. It's the plumbing that makes a system actually work at scale. So why is this a big deal? Well, it means you can add or update tools without having to rewrite your entire system. It's modular, you can audit it, and it's secure. Just imagine a voice agent on the phone that can look up a customer in the CRM, process a payment using Stripe, and then log the call, all in one go. That kind of complex automated workflow is only really manageable because a protocol is structuring all those interactions. And here's the one thing to remember about this layer. MCP isn't adding any more intelligence. Its job is to make the intelligence the system already has usable. It builds the guardrails the AI needs to interact with the world reliably and safely. Plain and simple, it makes the system operable. And now we've arrived at the top of our pyramid. We've got grounded knowledge from RAG, and we've got structured tool access from MCP. This final layer, agents, is where it all comes together to create real autonomous action. This is layer 3, executing with agents. An AI agent. This is not just a chatbot answering a question. Not at all. It's an execution engine. It can take a big, fuzzy goal, like, say, onboard our new client, and break that down into a series of smaller steps. It then uses its reasoning, its memory, and the tools it has access to through MCP to work through that task step by step until the job is done. See, agents work in this continuous cycle, this loop. First, they make a plan. Then, they execute a step using a tool. Then, and this is so important, they observe the result. Did it work? Was there an error? Based on what they see, they refine their plan and figure out the next best action. It's this iterative loop that gives them the power to handle complex, real-world tasks. If you take away one thing, let it be this. This is the single most important distinction. A chatbot responds. An agent operates. It orchestrates. It interacts. It works towards a goal over time. It's the difference between a calculator and an entire accounting platform. Okay, so we've got our 3 layers. RAG for grounding in facts, MCP for operating with tools, and agents for executing tasks. Now, for the most important part of this whole thing, understanding that these are not competing ideas you choose between. They are absolutely essential parts of one single cohesive system. Just look at how they all depend on each other. If you have an agent without RAG, it's just operating on shallow, generic knowledge. It's going to make mistakes. If you have tools but no protocol, like MCP, you end up with a tangled, brittle mess of code that's impossible to scale. And if you have RAG and tools but no agent layer on top, well, you've just got a fancy Q&A engine that can't actually do anything. Each layer needs the others to be truly effective. So what's the big picture here? What does all this mean for anyone building with AI today? It really signals a huge shift in where the real work and the real value is being created. Look, prompt engineering is important, but it's really just the tip of the iceberg. The durable, long-term advantage in AI is going to come from building these robust, layered systems. The real engineering challenge isn't just about tweaking prompts, it's about designing a smart back-end architecture that lets an AI retrieve, reason, and act in a controlled, scalable way. And this really is the final, crucial idea to hold on to. We have to stop thinking about AI as just a single API call we make. The future is in designing these complete, intelligent architectures, systems that combine knowledge, tools, and action into a powerful, controlled loop. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. When you look at the AI tools you're building or the ones you're using every day, are you looking at a simple interface that just responds? Or are you looking at a true architecture designed to reason, operate, and execute? Because the answer to that question is going to define the next generation of everything we build with AI.